Hi guys, Marco here from Guadalajara, Mexico, as I'm traveling around in Latin America. But we are not talking about travels, we are talking about AI. Recently, we got a very useful feature from OpenAI. Using GPT Realtime, we can have voice-to-voice AI assistance, so not passing through text as so far happened. How useful is this? Well, for travelers, but more for hotel owners, can be very useful. I will show you how in this video. So please follow me and let's dive into it.
First of all, what's the technology that makes this possible? As I mentioned, GPT Realtime has been presented very recently. Today is September 11, and the live stream that here was announced in the community took place on 28th of August, a couple of weeks ago. I invite you to see it. I will not go through it now, but we can see here some important information. That was the traditional architecture of a voice pipeline. This is from OpenAI as well. Anyway, I get an audio input. This gets transformed into text, understood by the GPT, by the large language model, transformed again to audio, and got to the output. Okay? No, here is speech to speech. Important as well. Remote MCPs means that I can integrate to external services. Could be the weather app, but could be also a database. Image input, it can read things, and for our purposes, sync phone calling, we can connect it to a phone. Okay? Before getting into the code, however, let's have a little demo. We have here the model playground. I gave instructions. You are an hotel receptionist, please reply politely and ask for reservation details. Simple. Voice, we can leave it like it is, all the rest like it is. We are going to test the ability to respond, the delay of response, and the ability of handle multiple languages. I will speak several languages, including a very tricky one. Okay? By the way, let's see if you can already guess the languages just by reading or hearing me. The first, of course, is English. Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you with your reservation today? Are you looking to book a room, or do you have an existing booking you'd like to check?
I would like to book a room.
Of course. I'd be happy to assist you. Could you please let me know the dates of your stay and what type of room you're looking for?
I will be staying from the 21st of September to the 24th of September, and the type of room is deluxe.
Great. Thank you for that information. So we're looking at a deluxe room from the 21st of September to the 24th of September. May I ask how many guests will be staying in the room?
2 guests.
Thank you. So that's a deluxe room for 2 guests from the 21st to the 24th of September. Let me check availability. One moment, please.
Thanks, but I would also like to ask you if you can speak other languages.
Yes, I can speak many languages. If you'd like to continue in a different language, just let me know which one you prefer, and I'll be happy to assist you.
Est-ce qu'on peut continuer en français?
Bien sûr, je peux continuer en français. Alors, nous avons une réservation pour une chambre de luxe pour 2 personnes du 21 au 24 septembre. Est-ce que vous avez des préférences particulières, comme un lit double ou 2 lits simples, ou peut-être une vue spécifique?
In italiano. Sì, un letto doppio ovviamente e king size.
Perfetto. Quindi una camera deluxe per 2 persone con un letto matrimoniale king size dal 21 al 24 settembre. Ora controllo la disponibilità per queste date e ti darò tutti i dettagli sulla tariffa e la conferma. Un attimo solo.
Vänta, kan du prata också svenska?
Självklart. Jag kan fortsätta på svenska om du vill. Vi har alltså en deluxe-rum med en king-size-säng för 2 gäster från 21 till 24 september. Låt mig nu kolla tillgängligheten och priserna för dig.
Tack så mycket. Che Milas Ilinica?
Βεβαίως, μπορώ να συνεχίσω και στα ελληνικά. Λοιπόν, έχουμε μια κράτηση για ένα deluxe δωμάτιο με king-size κρεβάτι για 2 άτομα από τις 21 έως τις 24 Σεπτεμβρίου. Τώρα θα ελέγξω τη διαθεσιμότητα και θα σου δώσω όλες τις λεπτομέρειες.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Говорите по-русски?
Конечно, я могу говорить и по-русски. Итак, у нас бронирование номера Deluxe с кроватью King Size для 2 гостей с 21 по 24 сентября. Сейчас я проверю доступность и детали для подтверждения.
Да, большое спасибо. Però, parla con piemontese, perché il piemontese è proprio difficile, né?
Capisco, il piemontese è una lingua particolare. Posso provare ad aiutarti in italiano standard o anche continuare a parlare in altre lingue che conosco bene. Fammi sapere come preferisci procedere.
Perfetto, grazie. In effetti il piemontese è il mio dialetto, la mia lingua primaria che è difficile da capire.
Capisco perfettamente. Il piemontese è una lingua ricca e sfumata. Se vuoi, posso continuare ad assisterti in italiano o possiamo alternare. Così riusciamo a trovare la soluzione migliore per la tua prenotazione.
So, the languages, if you didn't get all of them. Here, I think you followed is English, French, Italian, I didn't do Spanish, Swedish, Greek, Russian, and here Piemontese, which is my local language. I say that in Italian because it continued in Italian, but indeed you have very little training data for that, so it's normal. I would say overall, multilingual support check, fully passed. Of course, you can try with Japanese, with Arabic, but I don't speak all languages. I would assure that it works with Japanese. We tried already. Now, after the demo, let's get to the code. We would like to implement this for an hotel like the one I'm in. The code is already uploaded to GitHub, and here in the README file, I summarized the key features: multilingual support and real-time voice processing that we have just seen. Hotel-specific knowledge, you would need to connect it to a database. We will see this in a minute. 24/7 availability, no wonder, it doesn't need to sleep. And of course, it can integrate via MCP to other services, including hotel management systems. That's the architecture that I propose. It's not the only one possible, okay? The customer calls. With MCP, we could also connect WhatsApp. Conversation takes place with Real-Time GPT, and Real-Time GPT would have access also to information in a database, of course, for the reservation, via MCP. The output is a transcript text. I could make a check if there is no data. I can send a message. It is optional. Important that I call again another agent, say another GPT, that takes from the text the relevant information to be filled in an object. Okay, we'll see pydantic schema, we'll see it in the code, JSON object that can be easily uploaded to a database record. We cannot just put text into the database and hope that this translates to a reservation, of course. Here I summarize the key capabilities. The return of investment is something that I estimated, okay, also with the help of AI. Since this technology is so new, is an estimation, takes it with a pinch of salt. However, it's better than nothing. You will still need staff at the desk. However, the cost will be reduced more or less in half. Of course, I coded this in a couple of days, is not the full scene. This will require much longer. How can this be recovered in the investment? I would say 4 to 8 months. That's my estimation. And let's go on. Quality assurance. Co-logging is automated. Scalability. Much easier to copy a software than to hire a new receptionist. And this is again in numbers, the KPI outcomes. Okay? What I can estimate? Bah, staffing costs depends on the hotel, but for a big hotel, this can be substantial. Order of 100 to 100K. Multilingual support, I spoke 6, but plus, and actually would be plus languages. With this said, let's get a bit into the code. I made a package, search folder. So, in the future you may import this as a Python package. And of course, let's see the main module, the bot, where we start, where we have the conversation like we just had, okay, where we import the agents SDK from OpenAI. Real-time agent, where we define the agent, and the runner. But I wanted to make my own logger code. Okay, so on one side we have the timestamp. Speaker can be something important. We have to define the customer. And the message. I say the full transcript. And I call it in the main function. Bot, I just call it, okay? Logger is an instance of transcript logger. And then it will be logged into a file name. Okay, the file name we will see later. I define a runner. And then I add entry. Okay, this gets started. The events get transcribed. That's done. I put some exception. And I return a string. Okay, simple text. Of course, the logger also saves a text file. But we'll see later that what we want as return is a string. Voila. What do we do with these texts? We call the reader, if you have seen it in the schema. So the text can be translated into a JSON that can be inserted into the database. For this, we use Pydantic AI, a library that does this conveniently. I call GPT-04 with Pydantic AI. The result type is an instance of hotel request for which I defined the schema. And I give the instructions. Extract all booking information, use this format, we can go on, okay? Main function, I extract the hotel info, I use my OpenAI API key that I put in an M file. I think everybody knows what it is to get technical. And this is an example usage. What does this do? Gets a string, outputs a well-defined schema, okay? Which in this module will be uploaded to the database. The whole process can be called conveniently via an API using Fast API. And this is in the main script. Here I define the keys. I have defined other before, but okay. Client can be defined here for the Supabase, but before we get a conversation test from the bot, we extract the information from the text using the reader. Voila, extract hotel info. Model dump gives me the JSON file, and this can be inserted into Supabase using this script. Return JSON response, okay? And a status code 200. This is a bit redundant, we don't need to see it again, but just in case. Voila! And with this, I would say that I can thank you for your attention. Please subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And of course, any feedback is welcome and any addition to this code. I see you in the next video. Greetings from Mexico.